Assalamu alaikum students, my name is Ms. Tabia and I'm your computer teacher. Today we are going to start our new topic, new unit of your book, that is unit number 5, Multimedia Creating and Sharing Digital Assets. As you all have seen the chapter name is Multimedia. So definitely we are going to start the topic of media and its types and how does a multimedia begins or made have been made. When multiple types of media resources are combined at one place, that forms a multimedia. For example, videos, images, text, a media can be of any type. We will learn in this chapter that how we can create and share the digital assets. Digital assets are another name of multimedia assets. There will be 3 phases that we will learn in this unit. Number 1 would be planning, number 2 would be selection, and number 3 would be record and edit. In planning phase, we will learn that how to plan a media project using a brief and storyboard. Then in the selection method, we will learn that how to choose the right hardware and software for our project. And now in the last session, we will learn how to record video clips and edit them. It is going to be a very interesting topic. I hope you people will be enjoying it. Now, our next topic is digital assets. Digital assets can be images, videos, text, documents, movies, and graphics. The importance of planning is that we are going to learn about on some case study in this chapter. Okay, the case study would be that we are going to create a video using the shared digital assets. Okay, that means assets created by you and your classmates. The digital assets will be the short video of interviews with the classmates or the teachers. It could be a still photograph, it could be graphics such as logos and charts, text such as titles and captions. Okay, so we will only have a short time to create these assets and put them together. So we need to plan our work very carefully with our classmates. We need to choose the right hardware and software to create our content. Our project brief will help us doing this. But before that, we will learn that why it is important to work together as a media project. Working together on a media project. Have you ever watched the end credits of a film, TV program, or computer game? Media projects often involve hundreds of people working together to create the final product. The people working together on a film are often called the crew. The average number of crew members in popular films is over 500. Modern video games are often developed by teams of more than 1,000 people. To work together on complex projects, crews or teams need to have a good understanding of their responsibilities. They need to understand how their work contributes to the final product. In this unit, we will learn some ways to work together with our classmates as a media production crew because we are going to start a project and make a school video with the team of 10 members each in a class. What does a crew mean? A movie crew is a group of people who are hired to work on a film or movie production. The crew is responsible for the technical and practical aspects of the film and is separate from the cast and producers. A movie crew refers to the group of people working on a film production, each with their specialized roles like camera operators, sound technicians, lighting crew, and more. And the benefits of working on a crew include the opportunity to collaborate on a creative project, learn the new skills, gain the experience in the different aspects of the filmmaking, be part of a team with shared goals, and potentially work on a diverse projects with varying styles and locations. Usually, a majority of the crew members are the newbies who are new in the film industry or who are new in the multimedia industry so that they can gain the experience and work at the higher level of the crew in the future. One of the most important decisions a media production team makes is about the technology. What software or hardware and digital service are they going to use as a team to make their project more vulnerable, more advanced looking. Technology has a strong influence on the projects, so you need to make choices very carefully. In this unit, we will learn that how we will analyze the choices and make the technology decisions. The development of the film technology has played a significant role in helping filmmakers to reduce the overall cost and enhance the speed at which films can be created. Means the timeline has been shortened and the cost have been reduced. Just because of the technology has been advanced. Computers now have a major impact on the entertainment industry. They are employed to create striking special effects for the movies with the help of computer. They are employed in the editing of movies, the creation of animated features, the creation of multimedia presentations. These all are now done over the computer using the VFX graphics. There is no need to purchase any special dresses or any costly dresses or costumes for their um, roles. Okay, now they use VFX technology, graphic technology, and a green screen technology. With the help of computer, they just show whatever they want to show to us. We are going to start a new unit, that is 5.1 under unit 5 multimedia. We are going to start with the topic of planning a media project. In this lesson, we are going to learn that how to plan a project from a project brief and how to create a prototype to help you plan. What is the importance of planning? Why is it important role? Why does it play an important role in making a project? A little preparation can go a long way to ensuring your next video project is a success. Properly planning out every detail of the video beforehand can save an enormous amount of time, energy, and money when it comes time to shoot the project. A production plan is basically a short list and a schedule. It is important to put it on a paper and have it at your shoot. Preparing a production plan will also help you identify any missing elements in your storyboard. Where and when are good starting points when making your production plans? We are going to create a video using the shared digital assets. Means we are going to have a short video interviews and a classmates with the classmates or the teachers or the principal, still photographs of students, teachers, graphics such as logos and charts, text such as titles and captions, and we are going to arrange them at the end. But before then, few of you students are going to make a project brief. We will learn that what project brief basically consists of. What is project brief? A project brief is a short description of the key elements of your project. Think of it as a quick summary for project stakeholders and cross functional collaborators. Your project brief should communicate your project requirements without bogging your stakeholders down with too many details. Means it's a short summary document that tells you important facts about your project, what your project is going to cover. It should answer the questions like what does the customer want, who is the product for, when does the customer want it, why does the customer want it. These W questions will be covered in this project brief. Obviously, when a person is investing in a video, he or she doesn't have any time to just listen to the detailed project briefs. They have so the person who is creating a project brief should make a very few main important topics, cover the few main important topics about the project, who is it for, when it will be completed. It will include the project goals, the audience target, and all. This is an example of a project brief in your book. Over here, you can see the first heading is about the project. Over there, they have written that our school is creating a library of digital assets that will present a positive message about life at a school. Every student will be able to choose some of the digital assets to create a video. You all are given some areas to be covered. Okay, you are going to write about the project according to that area. Now you have to mention the project goals. Here, the project goals have been inserted the videos with a positive image about the school and learning, images of the school, information about the school. Now, they are going to mention the target audience. Their audience will be the current students who will have a record of their time at school, parents and carers who would like to see how their children are doing at school, and other children who might join the school, the new ones. Then they have mentioned the scope and production guideline, that what students are going to do and how they are going to do their work, how they are going to style their video, how they are going to, what content are they going to ask to the teacher or students, then what technical facilities are they going to use in it. Okay. Then they have mentioned the timeline. The timeline I have given you people is of a 1 month. Okay. When we are going to plan our project, we have to consider the three important planning options. That is, number one is prototypes, then we have the storyboards, and the last one is the requirements. We are going to learn in the next slide that what these three are doing. When planning a project, the project brief can help us to plan our project. In this project, the project is the video. In IT and media projects, people often use prototypes to plan a product. In more detail, after they have read the project brief, a prototype is a model of the product that you make during the design process. It helps you to imagine what the finished product will look like. It further have two different types. A low fidelity prototype is usually the earliest kind of prototype. It is often a hand-drawn sketch of a product or a service like a web page. Then we have a high fidelity prototype that is often quite close to the finished product or service. If it is a web page, it might have some working links and features to be shown to, so that we can understand that what actually the work is about. So whenever we are going to plan our project, we have to start with the prototypes. This is an example of a low fidelity prototype. You can see it's a hand drawn structure of a kettle. एक मैन्युफैक्चरर है, उसने कैटल बनानी है, तो उसने क्या किया, एक हैंड ड्रॉन स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है कैटल का कि दैट हाउ हिज और हर कैटल वुड लुक लाइक इन ओरिजिनल. उसने इसके अंदर कुछ उसके एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस को भी डिस्क्राइब किया, यानी कि उसका वॉल्यूम कितना होगा, कितनी हाइट होगी, कितने उसका जो है विड्थ होगी, all of that. Okay, this is an example of a hand drawn sketch prototype that is also known as low fidelity prototype. Another example of a low fidelity prototype, this is an example of low fidelity, also the high fidelity prototype. You can see that after the hand drawn structure of a chair, he or she has also made, a carpenter has made a small working structure of that design which he or she has made to check the reliability कि either जो design उन्होंने बनाया है वो reliable है या नहीं है. Now here is an example of the prototype, that is high fidelity prototype. If we consider a website, ठीक है, हमें एक वेबसाइट बनानी है. फर्स्ट पे हमने पेपर प्रोटोटाइपिंग की, यानी कि वी हैव डन द लो फाइडिलिटी प्रोटोटाइप हैंड ड्रॉन स्ट्रक्चर कि क्या क्या चीज़ें कहाँ आएंगी. देन ऑन द सेकेंड वन हमने थोड़ा और लो फाइडिलिटी को डिजिटल प्रोटोटाइपिंग पे लेगा, यानी कि कंप्यूटर के यूज़ करते हुए लो फाइडिलिटी हैंड ड्रॉन स्ट्रक्चर बनाया. देन कम्स द हाई फाइडिलिटी, जिसके अंदर हम उसकी वर्किंग भी दिखा रहे हैं, इमेजेस भी दिखा रहे हैं. एंड आफ्टर दैट लास्ट में क्या होता है, जब आपकी सारा प्रोटोटाइप बन जाता है तब आप उसकी एग्जीक्यूशन पे यानी कोडिंग पे आते हो. Next, whenever we plan to start a media project, the second step is to make a storyboard. A storyboard is a graphic representation of how your video will unfold, shot by shot. Meaning step by step how your video will look. It's made up of a number of squares with illustrations or pictures representing each shot, with notes about what's going on in the scene and what's being said in the script during the shot. Drawing a storyboard can help us think about every part of our design. An example of a storyboard, for example, you are going to make a school video, so the project name would be my school video. First screen would be the school year or your school building, okay, outside the school, and it will be shown for 5 seconds. Then interview with Majid, interview with Muhammad, interview with the teacher, this and that. Okay, so this is a storyboard, means you are going to cover all the steps, all the story in a step by step. It would make you easier to understand it. Coming to the next topic, that is understanding the requirements. In understanding the requirement, this lesson we are going to learn that how to make the right technology choices by understanding the requirements and how to prioritize requirements to make choices easier. First of all, we have to learn that what does a requirement mean. Our project requirements are the conditions or tasks that must be completed to ensure the success or completion of the project. They provide a clear picture of the work that needs to be done. They are meant to align the project's resources with the objectives of the organizations. Requirements are the things that technology needs to be able to do in order to help you achieve your project goal. In short, that whatever your need or your want is, that is known as requirement. Why is it important to understand the requirements? Requirements are the things that technology needs to be able to do in order to help you achieve your project goals. In any project, it is important to understand as much as possible about your requirements before you start the work. Our project is strongly influenced by the early decisions you make, for example, about what software or hardware to use. The graph shows how difficult and expensive it can be if you do not plan and think very carefully about your needs early on in the project. It shows that as the project goes on, making changes to the product can become more and more expensive. If you have not thought carefully about your project needs, you might find there are requirements that our chosen technologies cannot meet. It may be difficult and expensive to introduce new technologies. You might even have to redo some of the work. Look at the chart that how the difficulty and cost of making changes to a product or service look. When deciding the requirement, आपका cost जो है बिल्कुल nil है. When delivering the project, cost goes upper. When testing the product, it all goes upper. When launching the product, then it goes upper. And then after launching the product, the cost और बढ़ गई because we didn't choose the correct requirements, the hardware or software requirement for our project. How can we make the best choices? There are lots of different types of hardwares and software to choose from, so it's important to have an organized way of making the decisions. Here is a set of steps to help you. Number one is to understand the things you are trying to achieve. That are your requirements. Whatever you are going to do a project, whatever the project you are going to make, for example, you are going to make a video, you should need that what requirements do you need, do you have, okay? What do you require for making that project? For example, you need a camera, you need a tripod stand, you need any software for editing. Okay. Then step number two is to decide on what is most important. That is called prioritizing. Now, after you have made the project brief, now you are going to decide that what is the first step we are going to do to execute our project. So you have to prioritize your task. Okay. Then number three is research your choices and how they match your requirements and the priorities. That is called option analysis. Now you have to choose between the requirements and the prioritizing option. So that is option analysis. Now make your decisions based on your analysis. Now the last one is to make the any decision on its basis. Then whenever creating a list of the requirements, there are many ways of writing down the requirements for a technology project. These are the most important features of requirements, like use simple statements that are easy to understand even by people who are not technology experts. Include the role of the person or a team. Say what the person or team needs to achieve it. You can start it by collecting requirements by listing the roles that you and your team need to perform in the project. When you have identified the roles, write down the requirements that each of these roles has. You can write your requirements in a table. Here is an example of the functional requirements. The table shows some roles and requirements for a video project like the one in this unit. The table also shows the priority of each requirement. You will learn about prioritizing requirements in the lesson laterly, okay? For example, the role is of a camera operator. What would be the requirement? I want to be able to record high definition videos. Okay, the priority is must have because we need the high HD video. Then we have another camera operator. He wants to be able to check my recordings before without downloading it from the camera. It should be have. It should have. Okay, it couldn't have or it should have. Okay. Similarly, there is a very vast amount of roles in your crew. So each role has some different requirement and the priority. Okay, but what priority are we going to make first? Choose first the must haves. Okay. The requirements in this table are called functional requirements because they describe what technology must do to help the project. Okay. Coming to the topic of non-functional requirements, most of the projects also have non-functional requirements. Non-functional requirements describe how a piece of software and hardware must work. You can write non-functional requirements as a simple statement. For example, the software must process the video quickly so that the editor can work with them. You could set a performance target. For example, the app must start up in less than 10 seconds. Okay. A file sharing service must be a password protected so that the files are not lost or stolen. Hardware or software must cost less than $50. Software or hardware must work with other products and services being used in the projects. So the non-functional requirements often have values that can be measured. For example, a time limit or an amount of money. These are known as metrics. Metrics can be helpful when comparing the technology options. Now, in the last, we are going to prioritize the requirements. Projects often have many requirements. Often, you cannot meet it at all the requirements. Okay, this can make it difficult to choose a technology or service to help you deliver your project. Prioritizing requirements can make it easy to decide. When you have put the requirements in order of priority, you can focus on meeting the most important ones first. Prioritize the requirements by using the three categories. Number one is must haves, things your technology or service must be able to do. If you can't do these things, your project will fail. Should haves, things you should have but don't absolutely need. Usually because there are other ways of meeting the requirement. And the could haves, things that would be good to have but you can do without it. Now we are going to start our new lecture, that is Unit 5.3, and it states that how to make the technology choices. In this lesson, we are going to learn that how to research the technology options for our project and how to analyze the options and make a final decision. So let's start with this unit. In the last lesson, we learned that making the right choices about the hardware and software is an important part of the successful IT or media projects or whatever you are going to do. Okay, first you have to select the correct option for your hardware and your software. You have worked out your requirements and prioritized them in your project, which is being going on right now. Okay, so in this lesson, we'll use the list of requirements to make choices about the hardware and software to use in our project. We will research our choices and assess how they match our requirements and priorities. This is called an options analysis. You will make decisions based on our analysis. Option analysis is basically when we do some research work over our requirements and then set the priorities. That process is known as options analysis. While doing an option analysis, the first step which we go through is the research. Research is the main part of any project. Either it can be an IT related or not an IT related project. Okay, you have to first do the research, see the facts, the correct facts, whatever the correct facts would be, it will help you to sort out the requirements. Okay, to sort out the correct, to choose correct hardware and to choose correct software for your project. You can research options using your own knowledge of the software and hardware if you have so. Then recommendations from the teachers or the friends or any other person who you think that he is an IT, जिसे कहते हैं कि जिनको आता है प्रोफेशनल है ओके वेबसाइट्स एंड अदर ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज You can also try out the software and hardware as part of your research. Your computer may already have software installed that can meet some of your requirements. You may have suitable hardware in your classroom or at your home, and wherever you are very feasible to work, you can work at your home. You can research at your school. You can research at your home. You can also go for the software companies which allows the customers to try the applications before buying them. Those applications are known as demo or trial version. Means you are not going to purchase the full version of that. You are just going to check either it is going to meet our requirement or not. जो criteria हमें चाहिए अपने software के लिए क्या वो इसमें है या नहीं है. So you can just download the trial version of it, and if it is good for you यानी आपको वो सही लग रहा है, you can purchase it with the subscription method. ठीक है, so you can explore all the options available to you in that software. Now moving ahead towards the second one, All right, this is demo or trial version. I have already told you that demo is a free walkthrough of a project or a product, okay? While a trial is a free limited time version of the product. Both can be effective for acquiring new customers. A free trial is an opportunity for customers to try the product for a limited time or limited number of uses without paying. Once you are okay with your demo version, means अगर आपको समझ आता है कि ये सॉफ्टवेयर मेरे लिए better है for my work, for my media project, then you can purchase that complete setup of that software. ठीक है? Now, the second way, after research and after using the demo or trial version, the third thing that we do is to analyze. What is the meaning of analyze? Analyze means to check and go through your software and hardware requirements and set the priorities over it. Okay, like to analyze your options, you can use a table called a requirement matrix. Remember one thing, requirement matrix is a table which we make when we are going to analyze our options of hardware and softwares. Okay, it will help us to check whether the software or hardware meets our needs or not. It is a table that allows and compare each option against all the requirements. You can quickly see what the best option is for checking which one meets all of your must-haves and most of our should-haves. We have already learned that what are the must-haves and should-haves and could-haves. Okay. Must-haves are the most important one in the priority list. For example, when making a video editing software, we can see that there are three options in which we are going to analyze against the functional and non-functional requirements. Okay, so let's check an example of a requirement matrix in your book. See, this is an example shown in your book where the priorities are set like could have, should have, and must have. Then the requirements the must have requirements are can edit clip, means ये वो software की बात हो रही है कि क्या ये software edit कर सकता है clips, either it can add the captions or not, can add the still images or the graphics, does it cost less than $50 budget में आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा. फिर should haves में हमारे पास आ जाता है either it can add the music or a sound in it, can it create up to 5 minutes of a video, or can export video by sharing in different formats, easy to use, quick to learn, all of these. Okay, then type बता दी गई कि what are the functional and non-functional type, which we have already discussed in lecture number 2, unit 5.2. Then there are some solution options they have chosen like Instagram app, Windows Photos app, and Adobe Premiere. So you can see Windows Photo app has all of these functions in it which we want, okay, except the last one, that is built-in transition effect. Okay, वो किस में, Adobe Premiere में और Instagram ऐप में. लेकिन सबसे ज़्यादा की अगर हम बात करें टिक्स की तो वो विंडोज़ फोटो ऐप में, तो हम उसके अंदर ये वाला काम कर सकते हैं. Adobe Premiere is the professional software, but obviously it's not easy to use, it is not quick to learn, okay, and it's expensive. नहीं तो उसके अंदर सारे फीचर्स होते हैं. Now, how to make the difficult decisions. अभी तो हमने सॉफ्टवेयर और हार्डवेयर के decisions को किया था. Now, how to make the difficult decisions related to the technology choices. Like, sometimes it is difficult to make a technology choice. Your analysis of the functional requirements might leave you with 2 or more options. ठीक है, जो आपको सूटेबल हो. फॉर एग्जांपल अभी लास्ट में हमने देखा कि माइक्रोसॉफ्ट जो है फ़ोटोज़ में भी वही फीचर्स थे और एडोबी प्रीमियर में भी. तो हमारे लिए थोड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट हो सकता है कि हम इन दोनों में से किसको सिलेक्ट करें. तो इन दिस सिचुएशन यू हैव टू अगेन लुक फॉर द नॉन फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स. ठीक है, फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स तो हमें समझ आ गई कि वो हमारी एडिट कर सकते हैं क्लिप, लेकिन नॉन फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स कौन कौन सी हम कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. लाइक यूजिबिलिटी, कि इज़ इट ईजी टू यूज़ और डू वी नीड सम प्रैक्टिस टाइम फॉर इट, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली द टाइम अगर जितना आप प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे उतना आपका टाइमलाइन बढ़ता रहेगा. कॉस्ट मीन्स इज़ इट फ्री ओवर द इंटरनेट या फिर इसको परचेज करना पड़ेगा, मतलब एक्सपेंसिव तो नहीं है. सपोर्ट मीन्स डज इट गिव अस सब सपोर्ट गाइडेंस दे रहा है या हमें कि अगर हमें कुछ समझना है तो भी जस्ट टॉक टू देम, टॉक टू समवन हु कैन गाइड अस थ्रू इट. Then the future use means whether this software is going to be usable in the future for us or not. अगर नहीं है तो it's not a good decision to select that. Okay, if you are going to purchase a software and you are not going to use that software in the future, then it's useless for you. Okay. सो जब भी हम डिफ़िकल्ट डिसीजन लेंगे, मीन्स कि हमारे पास 2 से ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस होंगे टेक्नोलॉजी ऑप्शंस में, तो हम वाइजली जो है नॉन फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स को कंसिडर करते हैं कि हम कौन सा वाला ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं। हियर इज़ द टेबल जहाँ हमने अपनी टेक्नोलॉजीज़ लिखी है और सजेस्टेड ऑप्शंस लिखे जिसको हमें एनालाइज एंड इन्वेस्टिगेट करना है, ठीक है। और जो डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाएगा हमारे लिए तो हम उसमें से फिर उसकी कॉस्ट, यूजिबिलिटी, इन सबको फर्दर देख सकते हैं। टेक्नोलॉजी इज़ हार्डवेयर ऑप्शंस फॉर फिल्मिंग द इंटरव्यूज़। तो सजेस्टेड ऑप्शंस क्या हो सकते हैं? वीडियो कैमरा भी यूज़ हो सकता है, स्मार्टफोन और टैबलेट भी, डेस्कटॉप और लैपटॉप कैमरा भी, जो बिल्ट इन कैमरा होता है वो सब। लेकिन ज़्यादा पोर्टेबल कौन सा होगा? आपका स्मार्टफोन और टैबलेट या फिर वीडियो कैमरा। Then comes the software options for editing video. We have Microsoft apps जो विंडोज़ में है, iMovie for Apple iOS, Filmmaker Pro एंड्रॉयड और Apple iOS दोनों पे है। वीडियो एडिटर अवेलेबल टू योर ओन डिवाइस, जो आपके मोबाइल के अंदर एडिटर है हम उसको भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं। और भी बहुत सारे ऑप्शन है जो सजेस्टेड हैं, जैसे कि अडोबी प्रीमियर हो गया, फिल्मोरा हो गया, ये सब आपके जो है वीडियो मेकिंग सॉफ्टवेयर है, मूवी मेकिंग सॉफ्टवेयर, ठीक है। देन वी हैव सॉफ्टवेयर ऑप्शंस फॉर क्रिएटिंग एंड एडिटिंग ग्राफिक्स एंड इमेजेस लाइक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पेंट, Microsoft PowerPoint, GIMP, other options. You can just search for these on the internet. Then we have service options for storing and sharing the files like Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, Apple iCloud, Dropbox, जहाँ पे आप अपनी शेयर ड्राइव शेयर कर सकते हो अपना डाटा टू द टीचर और टू द वन हु आर यू गोइंग टू सेंड इट, ओके। Coming to the next topic, that is understanding the requirements. In understanding the requirement, this lesson we are going to learn that how to make the right technology choices by understanding the requirements and how to prioritize requirements to make choices easier. Now we are going to start a new unit, that is unit number 5.4, creating and sharing a content. In this chapter, we are going to learn some stuff related to why it is important to agree on an approach for creating a media assets and how to make video recordings, how to save media files for sharing in a team project. So let's start with this. फर्स्ट स्टेप टू एग्री ऑन अप्रोच, इट मीन्स कि जब आप एक प्रोजेक्ट ब्रीफ बना लें, देन ईच एंड एवरी मेंबर बिफोर क्रिएटिंग द प्रोजेक्ट ब्रीफ, there must be each and every member. Suppose you people are a group of 10 people who are going to perform the project or make a film, ठीक है, एक वीडियो बनानी है. Each and every member's participation must be there, and they should all stand at a single approach that how we are going to film it, okay. Like the project brief asks for a video of a short interview with each member of the class. To save the time, you will share the task of filming the interviews and classmates. आप टास्क बांट दीजिए, उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दीजिए. यू आर गोइंग, 2 स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग टू टेक द इंटरव्यूज, 2 स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग टू फिल्म द इंटरव्यू, 2 स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग टू डायरेक्ट इट, 2 स्टूडेंट्स आर गोइंग टू राइट डाउन द project brief, okay. So this is how the professional media producers and filmmakers work in actual world. They often have separate teams who make different parts of the film. When you work like this, it is important to agree that what should be filmed, like what should be the content, how the content should look like, means the style, what style it should be, and how the content should be recorded, the technical details, okay, like from which software we are going to edit it, and from which camera are we going to record it. The first thing is the content, which you have to agree on it, okay. It's like the questions which will be asked in the interview, at least 3 questions on random places, or उसके अलावा what type of graphics and images would be inserted in it. So these are the content, like whatever the assets are going to be inserted in your video, those are known as content. One is style. The project brief asks for a consistent look for the different interviews. To make sure you meet this requirement, follow the instructions about what location and background will be chosen. Will you film indoor or outdoor? Will the interviewee sit or stand? What should be the background? These all just enter into the style content. Then the framing, how will you place the interview in the frame? How are you going to place your camera? How are you going to frame your camera, your interview, and your person who is taking the interview, okay. This is an example of framing. There are 2 different types of framing your interview shot. You've seen so many styles in the videos or the TV programs. In this, you can see that the first style is called the piece of camera, where the person is framed close to the top of the frame and person is looking in the center of the frame and the person is looking straight at the camera. So this type of style is oftenly used when you're directly talking to your audience and you're reporting news, you are blogging, okay, you are a video blogger, ठीक है, जहाँ आप ऑडियंस को डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट कर रहे होते हैं, उधर आप कौन सा स्टाइल यूज़ करते हैं, द पीस ऑफ कैमरा. Then comes the another style that is called off-camera conversation. In this, the person is framed close to the top of the frame, but the person is looking across the frame, not to the camera. Okay, and the person is placed to one side of the frame, either on the left or the right, not in the middle. Okay, the interviewer is not in the shot; they stand to the side of the camera, and this style makes the audience feel like they are part of the conversation. You have seen in this in random videos, like if someone is taking interview on a street and they are just going to say that वो जो style होता है, that is off camera conversation. Okay, the technical standards, this is the last one step जहाँ पे आपको agree करना होता है as a team. Teams need to agree the technical standards they will use so that they can work with the assets in the next stage of the production. Here are some important details. The project brief gives information about a screen format, its file type, quality, and the file sharing. Number one is screen format. The aspect ratio describes the relationship between the width and the height of the screen. The screen format is also known as this aspect ratio. You shoot your video and should be the same for all the interviews. सारे interviews में same aspect ratio होना चाहिए. If you are filming your video in a portrait mode, तो वो पूरी portrait में ही होना चाहिए. अगर landscape में ले रहे हैं तो landscape में लीजिएगा. But यूजुअली जो है आपका जो वीडियो शॉट्स होते हैं वो कौन से उसमें बनाए जाते हैं, अगर हम मोबाइल से पकड़ते हैं तो वी आर यूजिंग पोर्ट्रेट मोड, और अगर हम वैसे कोई स्क्रीन यूज़ करते हैं तो हम कौन से कैमरे से यूज़ करते हैं जहाँ पे हम उधर जो है लैंडस्केप मोड ले सकें. ठीक है, बट लैंडस्केप मोड इज़ वाइडली यूज नाउ डेज. स्क्रीन्स के पे भी जो है ये वो करता है, मेजर करता है. लाइक 4:3 की स्क्रीन है, LCD LEDs में जो यूज़ होती थी वो स्टिल इमेजेस में भी यूज़ हो सकती है. 16:9 है तो HD इमेजेस होती है जिसको हम वाइड स्क्रीन फॉर्मेट भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है. File type or the quality, most of the cameras and smartphones can record the video at different resolutions. अब जो मोबाइल फ़ोन्स आ गए हैं वो HD में रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं, मेगापिक्सल्स पे डिपेंड करता है. 4K वीडियोस हैं जो कि सबसे हाई रेजोल्यूशन होती हैं. ठीक है, मोस्टली TVs कैन नॉट शो द 4K वीडियोस नाउअडेज. देन कम्स द फुल HD जो मॉडर्न हाई रेजोल्यूशन होता है, जो सबसे ज़्यादा फॉर्मेट यूज़ हो रहा है 16:9 का. ठीक है, एंड देन कम्स द HD. तो हम जब भी अपनी वीडियो बनाएंगे तो वो हम HD या फुल HD के ऊपर ही अपने जो है क्वालिटी को मेंटेन करेंगे. on you all should set an approach, मतलब आप अपनी approach के ऊपर आओगे, that is file sharing. To that, where are you going to share your data? Either it is on a cloud, it is on a YouTube, it is are you going to save it on a USB drive, you are going to save it on some folder over the internet. Cloud computing में करना है. Usually cloud storage is widely used nowadays to store your data. अब USB और ये चीज़ें ज़्यादा यूज़ नहीं होती, but of course you have to purchase the subscription if you have a lot of data, because these are the server costs. Okay. Coming to the next topic, that is understanding the requirements. In understanding the requirement, this lesson we are going to learn that how to make the right technology choices by understanding the requirements, and how to prioritize requirements to make choices easier. Now we are going to start a new unit, that is make a rough cut of your video, unit 5.5. In this unit we are going to learn that how to use a video editing app to arrange the video clips and how to add the still images to our video. In this unit we are going to first learn that what is a rough cut. A rough cut includes all the most important moments in your footage, arranged in the right order to tell the story. It doesn't include all the final touches like special effects and sound effects, graphics and music. That is all added in a final cut which comes later in the editing. It is actually used by the editor and the director when they are going to film it. And rough cut क्यों बनाया जाता है? ताकि हम उनको आइडिया हो जाए कि हम अपनी फिल्म को किस उसके ऊपर स्टेप बाय स्टेप हम किस तरह से उसको लेके चलेंगे, ठीक है. इट हेल्प्स देम टू डिसाइड विच क्लिप्स टू यूज एंड व्हाट ऑर्डर टू पुट देम इन. इट हेल्प्स देम टू सी व्हाट देयर फिल्म विल look like at the end. So it is why it is called rough, because obviously there should be some mistakes in it, there must be some no special effects or music and title in it. तो जब वो चीज़ें होती हैं तो वो फिर क्या कहलाता है, the final cut. Okay, now what is the final cut? The final cut of a video is the finished version of the video that is already to be shared with an audience. In the final version of the video and no more changes are made to it. इसके अंदर सारे इफेक्ट्स भी डाल दिए जाते हैं, इसमें म्यूज़िक भी डाल दिया जाता है, इसमें हर ग्राफिक्स डाली जाती है. मीन्स ये वो चीज़ होती है जो आपको रिलीज़ करनी है, जो आपको फाइनली आपको जो है शेयर करना है. सो दिस इज़ द मेजर डिफरेंस बिटवीन द रफ कट एंड द फाइनल कट. रफ कट इज़ अनएडिटेड वर्जन, सिर्फ सीरीज़ बना दी जाती है कि हमें इस तरह से इसको फाइनल करना है, जस्ट टू टेक एन आइडिया दैट हाउ आवर फिल्म विल लुक लाइक. बट द फाइनल कट इज़ द फाइनल वर्जन ऑफ योर वीडियो. How many types of video editing apps are there? There are two types of video editing apps. Number one is storyboard editors and number two is timeline editors. So let's learn what is the difference between both of them. Storyboard editor lets you put together your clips in a sequence. You can move the clips around in the sequence until you have a rough cut. You can then edit each clip separately to make your final cut. Okay, like this over you can see the greedy dog. This is a story where you can see that उन्होंने video clips को assemble कर दिया कि हमें पहले ये video चाहिए, then second, then third, and then the fourth part. Okay, and the timeline editors, they show the timeline. They work just like the audio editors. You can place the clips along the timeline. You can edit the clips directly on the timeline, for example by trimming them and splitting them. Okay, so timeline editors looks like this, where you are going to just simply drag and drop your storyboard से उठा के आपने अपनी सारी clips one by one इसमें डालने, and then start the editing over here. After making the rough cut and after making the the rough cut using the storyboard editor and then putting them on the timeline editors, here comes the last lecture of this unit, that is 5.6, and it states that make and share the final cut. In this lesson, we are going to learn that how we are going to edit the clips and still images in the video, how to edit the titles and captions, and what is the importance of these, and how to export and share our final video. So let's start. First step is to trim the video clips. What is the meaning of a trim? Trim means when you just want to delete the unwanted part of your video. ठीक है, फ्रॉम योर वीडियो आपने अनवांटेड पार्ट्स रिमूव करने, यू यूज़ द ऑप्शन ऑफ अ ट्रिम. यू माइट वांट टू रिमूव द पार्ट्स ऑफ अ क्लिप फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग और द एंडिंग जहाँ पे बजरिंग हो रही होती है. इन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट फोटोज़ यू कैन डू इट बाय क्लिकिंग ऑन अ क्लिप ऑफ योर स्टोरी बोर्ड, लेकिन आप जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर यूज़ करेंगे वहाँ पे उसका अपना ट्रिमिंग टूल होगा. ओके, you can change the times for the still images. You can just give them the effects in it. Playback controls लगा सकते हैं उस पर. What are the playback controls? Playback controls are like जो running video जो होती है, running जो screen होती है उसके ऊपर आप जो है pause, rewind, fast forward, stop, पॉज, ये सब चीज़ें आप कर सकते हो. दोज आर नोन एज द प्लेबैक कंट्रोल. ड्यूरेशन आप अपना उसके अकॉर्डिंगली सेट कर सकते हो. टाइटल सेट कर सकते हैं जो आपकी वीडियो का बताएगा कि इसके ये मेन टाइटल ये है. ठीक है, देन यू कैन ऐड द सब टाइटल्स लाइक इंटरव्यूज विद माई क्लासमेट्स, एंड देन यू कैन ऐड द क्रेडिट्स ओवर योर वीडियो. यू कैन ऑल्सो एंटर द CCs मीन्स दैट आप उसके ऊपर जो भी कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही है उसको ट्रांसलेट करके भी डाल सकते हैं. ओके, you can add a caption like this, like you can select the clip or a still image and choose the text from the menu, and then add the caption of your own choice. You can name the person being interviewed. You can explain what a still image is all about. Okay, so captions basically tell that what is actually going on the screen, or who is talking or who is giving an interview. You have done your final cut. Now this is the step where you are going to export or share your video. When you have finished the editing your video, you can export it. Exporting means to save the video as a file that other people can watch on the device. Like if you want to export it on the internet, then you can use several platforms are there. There are several podcasting platforms also. YouTube is widely used. Instagram is widely used. Facebook is widely used. You can share it on social media websites. You can share it personally to someone with the help of email addresses, or you can just simply save your data, save your video in a USB and just send it to someone, just give it to someone. Okay, so there are several ways of sharing your video and exporting your video. Students, so here this chapter has been ended, and I hope you people have enjoyed learning this unit, because it has a vast amount of data that we learned. It was all about filmmaking, it was all about video content sharing, content making and content sharing. So I hope you people have learned so much with this. Actually, I enjoyed more than you people by reading this chapter and explaining this chapter. Okay, so inshallah we'll meet in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.